Hey, folks, and welcome to Direct Kicks to the World Cup. And we're talking to the man of the hour, Tom Moran from the Belleville Soccer Club. Tom, welcome to the show. This is going to be exciting because we have been salivating ready to get things going for the soccer season in 2025, and you're going to be a busy man yourself. Tell us a little bit about being the club head coach of Belleville Soccer and what it entails.
Hi, Scott. Thank you. It's great program you got here. The head coach entails making sessions, development for kids from U6, U7, U8, U9, and then 10, 11, and 12 to get them ready to go play, at a good level. I also assist with different programs, the adaptive program, and and yeah, that's about, I'm busy, 4 nights of the week with the soccer club. We have a lot of players now. We're probably one of the biggest clubs in southeastern Ontario, and yeah, I just basically am everywhere.
Well, that's great. It's great to hear because as everybody knows, I grew up in Belleville and I grew up playing soccer here, and to see the development over the years with guys like yourself, Christopher, of course, has been a big part of the development of the sport here in the Quinte area and Belleville soccer itself. So grassroots, can you see that it's been a rising and big concern here in the Quinte area?
Yes, um, before COVID hit, which is terrible time, but it was a good time because it got more kids. Now more kids are coming out to play soccer and play sports as general. Like I said, we've grown exponentially. Plus, with the World Cup coming up, uh, it's the growth. They see the kids see it now, and they're starting to realize they see these players and they're trying to attain to that level. But before years ago, when I first came to Canada, no, they couldn't even name one player that played for Canada. Like Alfonso Davis, who is that? What's he do? Or Christine Sinclair, who is that? What did they do? Now they recognize them, which is great for the country, which is great for the grassroots level because every great player starts somewhere.
Absolutely, and Canada is great proof to that because both in the women's game and the men's game have developed incredibly over the last 10 years. You mentioned Christine Sinclair. Of course, she had her first ever interview on Direct Kicks when she was 16 years old, and now she has become an incredible icon. Tell us what you think about this Northern Super League that's been developed with her, as well as Diana Matheson and all other greats that have come from the women's game and showcased amazing the sport that we all love. Tell us about what you think about this league.
I say it's about time that we had it. It should have been long ago. We have girls playing soccer right now at early ages now, and they see it now. They see it, like I say, they see these players and they want to emulate them. Um, Hopefully, it grows, the league grows, it gets better, and I presume it will. I'd probably be one of the best leagues in the world, as far as I'm concerned, because we have so many young girl soccer players who are exponentially skillful, technically tactful. They're they're just far beyond the boys at U10 and U11. So, and then I see we have a U14 girls team in Belleville, and they're flying. They're just unbelievable. I watched them train the other night. They were totally different to what we had, say, 20 years ago. So,
Right.
the women's soccer is actually on the rise. We run our women's program, our girls program is unmatched in the area. We have good coaches, quality coaches. The only thing that we're lacking in that, which is a I'm working on, is getting more female coaches, so as
Right.
that the players can actually associate with that instead of having a gray-haired old man like me, right? They shouldn't be looking up to me. They should be looking up to their peers. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, but for now, they can look up to me. That's fine. I'm okay with that. They're great. All the players are great. So yeah, I think the league is the league will survive as long as we are behind it 100%.
And that's the thing. I mean, we have to develop the kids from the grassroots level across the country. I know you're being facetious there. You're a very well loved and respected coach, regardless of what you say. But I will mention this about the development of female soccer here in the Quinte area, and how entrenched you are in the sport, specifically the females. Tell us about the Lady Lancers, and how important this team is for the Quinte area, because you're a big part of that team.
Um, Before the Lady Lancers, how can I say it without being? They struggled a lot. They struggled a lot. So 2 years ago, I was there. We did okay, and then strange things happened. So they invited me back last year for 5 games. So I came back and I helped them. Um, what my thoughts are with this program is, can I get young female players from the Belleville Soccer Club to actually go to Loyalist as students, but also have a chance to play OCAA soccer at a level, which is a good level. It's a good level. There's lots of good teams out there, like Seneca, top number one in the country. So I want to get our kids to look up to that. And I want the Lady Lancers to play beautiful soccer under my guidance. I want them to be community orientated. I want them to be well known in the community with the players. So I have some stuff I'm going to work on with that. But yeah, it's to be done. So
That's great. That's great. Now, what kind of style of football do you encourage the girls and any of your teams play?
I like possession-based style football. But now my thoughts are, because I've seen this over the last few years with OCAA, it's more about being physical. And if you're physical, you'll win a lot of games like that. And a lot of teams are physical with us. We're not physical enough, so we're going to work a bit. Now, I mean physical. I don't mean go out and have a fisticuff or go out and kick somebody, or I mean be stand your ground, stand your ground.
Sure.
So be solid, you know.
Correct.
So
Right.
and we don't do that enough. We always say we're sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. We fall over somebody. Oh, sorry. You know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I uh, I need to implement some more of that. But we're working on strength and conditioning all summer.
Yes.
We have training on Tuesday and Thursday at Loyalist College. If anybody wants to come out, any
Right.
young female that's coming to the school, come out. If you played soccer and you want to try out, come out. It's informal, and then we will have tryouts August 25th to 28th. So, and I will add a note to that. Um, each athlete for the first 18 players, they will get $1,000 scholarship for each season they're there. So if they're there for 2 seasons, they'll get 2 grand.
Oh,
It's
wow.
grant money. Yeah. So it's every player gets that. So
Fabulous.
so it's worth a while.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're training on the outdoor pitches at Loyalist?
Sorry. I
Your training is at the outdoor pitches
Yeah.
at
At
Loyalist? Okay.
Loyalist at the main field. The main
Right.
field. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my pseudo famous picture of myself when I was like 17 years old playing in that field. It's
Yeah.
really a lot of reminders of playing in on that field. So yeah, so just
I'm gonna
briefly, I
have to
know.
get you to come out. I'm gonna have to get you to come out to the field, and then I'll
Yes.
take you down to the new dressing room they built. They built a new dressing
Sure.
room, and
All
it's
right.
a sports specific dressing room. It's not like it's like a soccer. It's awesome. And you can meet some of the girls too, some of the Lancers.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I'd love to come out and see one of your training sessions. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be great. Now let's. I know that you're not. There are other coaches that are a part of your adaptive program, but I do, because I'm a big part of that in the national side as well, covering Drew Ferguson's team. Um,
Love them.
and I want to know a little bit about your adaptive program. And I'll be, like I said earlier, I definitely will be getting in touch with the coaches, because I'd love to hear more about it.
Yeah, because like I said, I went to a couple of sessions with them, and oh man, I said I can't do this. I can't do this honestly. Because I'll fall in love with the kids and I want to be there all the time, but I can't
Yeah,
spend time with them. It wouldn't
yeah,
be right for me coming and not spending enough time with them. So I kind of, because I can't have my hands in everything, and I don't
yeah,
want to. I want people to grow. So that coach now, she's gonna be exponentially better 2, 3 years from now, and the
Sure.
program will be bigger, and it'll be her baby, and the club will support her 100%. So, and other coaches will come in and learn. So, and I want to within the club and within Loyalist and within the Quinte area, I want to have more mentorship for coaches, young coaches.
Sure.
Like take a 16-year-old boy, bring him in, help him coach him, show him what you do, and then down the road translate into him becoming a coach when he's done playing soccer. Because not all kids will be professionals, but all kids can become coaches.
For sure. Yeah, because they
So
have the love of the game
yeah,
and the knowledge too, right? You have to have the knowledge of the rules of the game. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
You don't get the knowledge if you don't go out and observe somebody else doing it. You know what I mean? And
right.
follow somebody. I mean, that's how I did it. That's how I learned. I learned from a pro coach with a UEFA A licensed coach, and I followed him around for 2 years, and I learned a lot about how to prepare a team for a game, how to prepare a training session, how to avoid conflict, how to help with conflict. You know what I mean? So it was good
Sure.
because uh, I don't find it as much now, but when I was coaching then, a lot of players were like, "Why am I not playing?" Good players. Why am I not playing? Well, then you have to sit them down. But here it's different. The kids, why am I not playing, coach? Well, we got to give equal playing time to the kids. So
Yeah. So what do you think of the quality of play in the men's side as we get prepared about a year away from the World Cup? It's actually just around the corner, and we'll see this summer, won't we? On several occasions, how they look. But what do you think? What do you think?
I think the men's team under Jesse Marsh is a better team than it has been in years. Um, I think that they are a quality team, and they just have to believe in themselves that they are a quality team. I think, like, I don't know what they're ranked now, 34th in the world or something,
Yeah,
right? I think they should be a top 20 team as far as I'm concerned. Now it's going to be different if we can get Alfonso Davis back healthy. We'll
yeah,
see what happens there because there's going to be a lot about that. But I think they got a kid from Bournemouth lately who plays for Bournemouth. He's after signing for Canada. So,
mhm,
like, if you're getting players that come play for Canada, there has to be something here. Before, remember, they would run away. I'm not playing for Canada. I'm going to play for England.
right,
So if I play for England,
right,
I'll get two caps, right? I'll get two caps. But if I
right.
play for Canada, I'll get 100 caps.
Yeah,
But people don't look at that. It's like in Ireland. It's like in Ireland, Declan Rice. He played for Ireland youths coming up all the way. Got Irish Player of the Year. 2 days later, he signed for England to say, "I'm going to
yeah,
play for England." Right? So he's an exceptional player. There's other players like Jack Grealish that could have played for Ireland.
right.
I
Yeah,
bet you he has about 5 caps or 6 caps, and you
yeah,
know, if he'd have played for Ireland, he would have had 100 caps, 150 caps. You know,
right.
but I think that because players are coming now to Canada, they're seeing there must be quality here. You know,
Yeah, we're attracting and Jesse's going after them, right? I mean, was it
yeah,
Jackie Charlton? Was it Jackie Charlton that was
yeah,
famous for that, right?
yeah. But you know what the biggest thing I'm seeing now is look at Toronto FC, look at Montreal, right?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
forget about them. Forget about them. Now look at what they're doing now in Vancouver now,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're in that
Amazing.
Champions League Cup, uh,
Yep.
and they have, I think it was the Whitecaps, I think were the first ones to start really going after grassroots clubs and affiliation with them to like you have Vancouver Whitecaps
Yeah.
in London, and they're a quality program. They have quality players coming out of that. So we have the players, Scott. We have the players.
Yeah.
We have every background in this country. Why shouldn't we have the players?
Okay, so here's just my theory is always like I started the soccer show in 1997 that I did, right? And I was like so enthusiastic, I was over enthusiastic, and I saw it. I went around the country, around the world, and knew that Canada had this multicultural, we should have, like, I mean, it's coming together now, but I've always thought that there's so much competition between the Scottish and the Irish and it was mostly I found that the Italian hated the way the English played, and they just wouldn't work together. And because the Italians played in a certain
Yeah,
style,
yeah,
and it was like no one. What made the country great, the multiculturalism, wasn't make should have made the sport better, but it
yeah,
wasn't because it was still, and there still is. There's still Quebec versus Ontario, BC versus the center of the universe. We're called so.
yeah.
Jesse March, the fact that he stood up to Donald Trump, I think he's the only guy, and he's an American, and said great things about Canada. I think he's doing an amazing
Oh
job.
yeah,
So
yeah.
um,
He's a good quality coach.
he knows what he's doing. He's got the guys believing. Promise David. That
Yeah,
guy's gonna take.
yes, yes,
That guy's gonna have
yes,
10 goals in the summer. He's gonna go
yes,
nuts in the Gold Cup.
yes. Unbelievable. My theory on the whole thing is the country's too bloody big.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
too
it's
big.
it is. That's the exactly the problem because it's it's. I mean, the women. You hope that their league goes great, but the CPL, like, it's tough. The cost of flying an
Yeah,
entire team
yeah,
across the country.
yeah.
It's a lot. The travel expenses alone are must be crazy.
But
So
it's still it's still quality. It's still a
yeah.
quality league.
Oh
Like
yeah. I love it.
so when I was with Kingston FC, I think we spent what did we spend? $200,000 each season for that team to run in the CSL, which is the Canadian Soccer League, which is now
Yep.
illegal, right? And with the Serbian Whitecaps, the Toronto, Croatia, we had London, we had Windsor, and I was going to these games, and I'm saying like, my God, how professional is this? Look at they're doing national anthems. The referees are impeccable. They come and they check everything. They don't just, oh yeah, tap your shingle. No, they check everything. They do it professionally. Everything was taken professionally, and it was amazing in that league. But you know, we have the players, we have the quality. We just need to be. I think what it needs to be is togetherness. Togetherness. Everybody needs not to be fighting against, like you say, Quebec fighting against Ontario, Ontario fighting against Saskatchewan, whatever.
Yeah.
But going forward, and I think now that the big change in Canada soccer,
Yeah.
um, with regards to the head of the soccer, they changed everybody. Uh, it's a refreshing. Brought in a new coach, brought in new coaches. It's refreshing. So hopefully, yeah, I think we'll do well.
Right. No, I hope so too, because I think I've always said they're the most exciting team in the world. I don't say they're the best, but to watch them play, it's like they attack. They have
Yeah.
no fear, it seems. Uh, I'm afraid their defense might not hold up because of the way they play, but it's exciting anyway, and it's great to see that Canada can actually go into almost any game going. You never know, right? Because they have
Well,
quality
that's it.
players.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think in the World Cup at Qatar was a good showing. Was a good
No.
showing for us. It wasn't. I sometimes think that was probably just nerves and in front of the big show and like, oh my God, we're here. It's the World Cup. Look, everybody. So, but hopefully they'll be more relaxed here, playing here and moving the ball here. So, but the thing about the defense is everybody has to defend as a team and not
Right.
just
It's a team
four
sport.
guys at the back, right?
Right.
Um, yeah. So I mean, generally, as we were saying, what would be it would be great. It would be great that we keep getting players coming out of our systems, coming out of our grassroots, going into League One, going into CPL, going to the national team. That would be great for us
Yeah, for sure.
because then we're setting that standard all the way up. We have a pathway for young players to emulate to go through. Um, like right now in Belleville, we have no pathway to. We have we have our pathway, but it's not. It's just till they 18, and then they leave. They go to university. So uh, I'm in talks with Kingston United about maybe having a pathway to the OPDL, which is the Ontario Provincial Development League. And so we're sending our players are leaving to go there. So why not get an affiliation with them and sit down and talk to them about how we can be better together?
Sure.
And agreements like that and stuff like that, we need to do it. We need to do it
Are
because I
there
need
are
to be able to. I need to be able to show kids that they can play somewhere else higher than just social league.
Sure. No, absolutely. Now, have there been kids in the last 5 years or so that you've seen that you've been able to pick out from the area that have gone to the next level?
Yeah, I had two kids, two Fosters. Foster's their last name. Uh, I I seen the mum 2, 3 years ago, and I said, "Oh, I want your kids to come play rep development rep." So they came, and I told her when I told her, I says, "Yeah, your two kids are gonna go to play OPDL." And I says, so they went this year. She signed them up. They made a team. The coach called me. He says, "Tom, are these coming? Yeah, they're coming. They're good players. Just Anyway, I seen her here 3 months ago in the dome. And I said to her, just be careful now. I says, you're going to have to make a big decision next year, the year after, about where they're going to play because people are going to be asking about them. So hopefully they go and do well. I mean,
Yeah,
there's lots of kids that play here, and I've seen it over the years that are brilliant players in rep, and then they end up playing in the men's league. And I go, why are you playing here for? Go
right.
play somewhere else. You
Yeah.
know, not knocking the men's league. I
No,
love the men's league.
for
I
sure.
was part of it for 30 years. I'm still part of it.
Yeah.
But the emphasis is to get them out and play. Like university kids shouldn't be coming back to play soccer in the men's league. They should be going to play at a higher level, League One.
Right.
So, as far as I'm concerned,
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. No, I understand, I will say that the it is a nice league to be able to play when you're as old as myself or yourself.
I'm
Are
young.
you still
I'm only young.
are you still kicking the ball around
Yeah,
with the lads?
I'm over 45 now. They
Nice. So you're in the
technically
masters.
I can't play over 35. I have to play over 45s. It's a fun league. It's a it's like a kick around the park. Just walk around. Nobody gets mad. Nobody gets upset, and that's the way it should be for us old guys going to work the next morning.
Right.
But did
No.
you know the fact? Did you know that the fact of this, the men's league has been playing for that trophy consecutively,
Mm,
and I think it's one of the longest consecutive trophy without an
right.
interruption played for.
Right.
And it's amazing. In World War II, when they were bringing the British over to train them up on the mountain view, the Bata shoe factory guy was going down up there, bringing some players down to Bata shoe because they had a soccer pitch there. And I
Wow.
think the goalposts are still there. Somebody told me the goalposts are in
Oh wow.
Bata, right? So he would feed the pilots, and then he'd say, "Okay, you're going to play for me." So they would play against different teams from all around the province.
Wow.
So
Yeah, the
yeah,
Merchants Cup is an amazing story. Um, yeah, in fact, I don't know if you know this, but I'm good friends and have worked pretty closely with the Canadian Soccer Hall of Fame, and
nice.
I've been approached to write a chapter in a book that they're putting out in about a year regarding Ontario soccer, and the Merchants Cup is going to be part of the story.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
they wanted me to be to include some of the stories of the kids that we saw, through the films that we shot back in the day. But I tried to convince them, no, I want to do because I'm from the Bay of Quinte area. I want to
Yeah,
do a story on the Merchant Cup because it's fascinating that they still battle for it 100 years later. And it's got a lot of history. And guys like you really helping out in this the grassroots here in Belleville. And I want to give a shout out quickly, and I'm sure you sent me this, so I want to just double check the Loyalist Lancers training open tryout on June 28th, July
June
19th,
28th. Yeah,
July 19th, and August 2nd. And I'll put it up on screen, and that's from 10 to 3 o'clock. It's an open tryout for ladies for the Lady Lancers. Is that correct, Tom?
yeah. Well, it's basically a summer training session, but yeah,
Right.
it's for players that registered to the school but didn't sign up to do their athlete protective form because uh, like they don't know what's entailed. They don't know what's entailed. They're scared. They're because their workload. I have to say this. Those athletes, their workload they do, and then they come to me and they play soccer. I'm in admiration of them because
Sure.
it's so much hard work that they can allow the time to be free to do something that they love. So yeah, and a lot of people don't know that they're there, you know. I
Right.
had a conversation with a fella um about bringing in players. He says the problem with it is where you are and the standings. They
Sure.
have a lot to do with that. So a
Right.
lot of players will go to Seneca and higher up the league, George Brown,
Sure.
because of the standings too. So we're going to
Right.
rectify that this year. Hopefully, we're going to work on it. I mean, I'm not 100% sure that we're going to win everything, but we'll try. You know,
Sure. So, and the season starts in September, I'm assuming, and
yeah,
3 weeks.
September, around the 1st of September, around that
Right.
time.
Cool.
So yeah, and I encourage everybody to come out in the Belleville area to come out and watch these girls play
Yeah, for
because
sure.
support is needs 100%.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. And we'll
um,
do our best to promote it as much as we can, for sure.
yes, thank you.
Hey, no
That's
problem.
because I'm finding that even going, I talked to coaches in Ottawa about getting some players. They says, well, who are you? Where are you? What school? What do you play? Where do you play? I said, well, we play against Algonquin. Really? Yeah, and Seneca and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's just getting the word out about the school, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah,
I
I
wish they
mean,
had a men's team there, but they don't.
they
If
don't
they
even
had a
have a
men's
men's
team,
team.
but the
Really?
men's team, yeah, the men's team blew it.
Really?
There was a lot of shenanigans going on back in the day.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know any of the storyline. I know that when I went there, I was, it's a long story, but I was going to be trying out for the basketball team, not the soccer team. So never had a chance to. But yeah, that's too bad that the men's team isn't available. But the women's soccer, like we mentioned with the NSL, and
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, the women have been like I've always called them the beacon of success for Canadian soccer over the years, and the men's are just kind of following suit now. But congratulations on doing all this work, and thanks a lot for your hard work with the women's soccer at Loyalist, as well as at the Belleville Soccer Club. And let's continue to talk all summer long and promote the hell out of grassroots soccer here in Belleville. I really appreciate what you've done in your time today.
Sure. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, no, much appreciated. Yeah, and it's not just me. It's like
Sure, the
there's
group.
all the parent coaches and all the coaches that are doing development and recreation and all the people and the administration. I'm only a cog in the wheel. I just help out where I can and do my thing. It's uh it's it's a great game. It's going to be Belleville. I'm hoping to get them on the map of being a great soccer city. We have the facilities. All now we need is help us with the coaching, help us with development, and everything like that. And so, we're still learning and we're growing. And no, thank you very much. I think this is a start and stepping stone to where we're going to have a great, what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to have a great friendship here, Scott, me and
Abs-
you. And
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it
Yeah,
because
no, absolutely.
you've made a lot of people famous. So, I'm hoping that down the road I get famous. You say, I remember when I interviewed him.
Ah, there you go, eh? Well, listen, on behalf of all the families out there that have helped, the mothers, the soccer moms and soccer dads, and all the coaches in the Belleville Soccer Club, including Tom, thank you for watching Direct Kicks to the World Cup. It is brought to you by Four Seasons Sports. Ike Christopher will have you covered if you go there. And it's also brought to you by uh, Make Me Smile. The boys from
Yes.
Make Me Smile, yes, because they have two different locations in Belleville and in Quinte West. I should get that right anyway. So come on out and support Bay of Quinte men's soccer as well. They play amazing football all across, I guess, in Quinte as well as Bay Swix Island. So come on out and support them. Division One, Division Two, and the old guys plus 35, and Tom with a 45 Masters. I wish I was in shape enough to go out and help you guys kick the ball around. But thanks
Oh
again,
yeah,
Tom.
so wait, that's another thing. Sorry, I know you gotta go. Um, I'm working on a program for guys like you.
Yes.
Um, walking soccer. I
Oh,
will have something going forward. I will let you know, and you can come out and do that. How about that?
I would love to be part of that. I would love to.
Okay,
That's
cool,
awesome because,
cool.
of course, we also talked about the adaptive. So there's lots to talk about in the summer. Thanks, Tom. And we'll see you next
Okay,
time on Direct Kicks to the World Cup. Thanks very much.